In our never-ending search to take you around the world on Cooking with Styles, we're heading to the Caribbean, or Caribbean, however you want to say it. I've got this awesome Caribbean potato stew. Let's get cooking with style. So putting together this Caribbean potato stew is just like any other soup. You just start out from the beginning, and what we're going to do is put a little canola oil in here. We're going to saute our onions and garlic. That's going to take, about 3-4 minutes to get those to soften up just a little bit. And the garlic, you can go as heavy as you want or as light as you want. We'll go with what the recipe calls for here. And we're just going to saute this lightly. This is going to take about, like I said, 3 to 4 minutes. Our onions and garlic are sauteed. Now it's time for the spices: turmeric, allspice, coriander, salt, and thyme. That's going to go in, and we'll saute that for about a minute more. All right, it's been about another minute here. Let's get the rest of the ingredients in. I'm going to throw some ginger in there. This is really going to give it that Caribbean taste. And to this, we're going to add our coconut milk. And there'll be a little bit of the coconut fat on top. We're going to save this can and use it in just a minute. In goes our vegetable broth. And we're going to add 1 more cup to that. In goes the sweet potatoes. Okra, sliced, fresh. If you've never seen okra, that's what it looks like. Kind of cool looking, weird vegetable. Black-eyed peas. Those are actually beans. They're just called black-eyed peas, and I'm not talking about the band. And then in goes our tomatoes. To this, we'll add our cornstarch in just a bit. All right, our stew is stewing, or a nice light simmer. Let's put the final touches in. I've taken that can of the coconut milk and I mixed a little bit of the vegetable broth with the cornstarch. We're gonna put that in. That'll thicken it up just a little bit. A little bit of lime juice, and now the kale. Now, what is 3 cups of kale? Well, it's basically a half a bag of the chopped kale that you put in the store. We're gonna put this all mixed in, and we're gonna let this simmer for about a half an hour before we serve it up. Let's take a look under the hood. Oh man, that smells and looks absolutely perfect. Let's get this in a bowl so you can see what we're dealing with here. I'm talking about Caribbean stew, Caribbean potato stew. Let's get a nice scoop of all those vegetables. We'll get some of this beautiful broth in there. Now we're going to finish this off with one more little ingredient that I think, well, actually two. Here we go. We'll set that down there. I've got some sweetened coconut. Now you can get unsweetened, but for this dish, I would go with the sweetened and just a little sprinkle of cilantro over the top. That brings this whole beautiful Caribbean potato stew together. I mean, this is casual elegance Caribbean style. If you'd like this recipe that we've got here on Cooking with Styles, go to cbsa.com/recipes. Enjoy.